Rochdale 30 on Killshare after a disappointing defeat to Leigh. Very tense game. You were in it till maybe midway part of the second half. What's your take on it?
Look, to come back from 16-0 and lead and score 32 points against a very good side, a side that I'm no doubt will make the four, and to compete like that, I'm really proud of the effort. We've not competed against these teams this season consistently, and I said it last week. I feel we're back. I feel we're back to where we are, to where we should be, and competing. And look, we feel that kick off before our time. We go in winning. Look, I thought we played under a different set of rules in the second half. I think it's a little bit weak there, to let their senior players control some decisions. I thought there was a couple of decisions that really harmed us at the start of the second half. Listen, take nothing away from Leigh. They come in, they plugged away, and we made it tough for him. My overriding feeling is of pride. I thought the lads, we said to give everything and you'll come off with no regrets, and I don't think there'll be many who didn't do that today. So I'm pleased with the performance.
And you kept the same team as you did from last week, a winning team. You won last week, you performed this week. Are you going to try and keep it as tight as you possibly can for next week, Toronto?
Oh, look, there'll be a couple who can't come to Toronto, which is unfortunate, but there's a couple of lads there who've been training really well and keeping a good attitude. So we'll have a different 17 out next week, but it'll be the strongest 17 available, and we'll be looking for another performance like that. It's going to be a good trip for us, but we know there's a game at the end of it, and we need to perform.
And you seem to have hit a bit of form at the right time of the year, so does it give you a bit of confidence going into the H?
No, I said that in there. Look, if we score 32 points in the Shield, we'll win games. If we defend like that, we'll win games. We defended really well at times. I know we've let 50 points in there. We got out the blocks really slow in the first and second half, and that went against us. But there's a lot of positives in there, and we're not going to be competing against a team of Leigh stature and ability week in, week out. And look, their left edge was really dangerous, wasn't it? But it's got Hall on it, it's got Hutchinson on it, and it's got Dawson on it, and it's an expensive left edge, and you would expect it to be. It's out here as well. So listen, our lads are a credit to the club today, credit to the shirt, and there's been performances where we've come off this season and people have been very critical. Well, I'll challenge anyone who's going to criticise those players today. And I said it last week, and I'm very proud and privileged to be involved with them.
And don't want to get you in any trouble, but you had all the momentum going into the dying at the end of the first half, and then you started well in the second. A couple of contentious calls. What were your take on them?
Like I said earlier, I just felt we played under a different set of rules second half. I'll have to watch it back, but I was very disappointed. Very disappointed with a couple of there where I feel Hall's knocked on, and they've knocked on from the kick-off. And we've got 3 officials, and they need to be picking up on that. Look, I don't want to be too critical of the officials. There's areas where we could have been better, but there's some baffling decisions today, and they've got to be better than that as well. Everyone's fighting. Leigh are fighting for the top 4. We're fighting to stay in the competition, and we can't be giving leeway to either set of players because of their stature or their experience. And I just feel that there was some weak decisions today on the back of that. Some experienced players, potentially, getting into the refs here or whatever you want to call it.
Cheers.